Georgia on the logo, celebrating back-to-back Nats. Perfection wears red and black tonight. 15-0, the Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, not again.
Lead flicker to get the night started. Downfield looking for Godwin, into his hands, and guess which Dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it.
Sonny Michel will send the Dogs home to the championship game.
And Bobo throws that thing in the end zone and
Yes! Touchdown! Touchdown in the goal line!
Sigue Ringo, corta dentro, Ringo, touchdown! Georgia!
Georgia Bulldogs bludgeon their way to back-to-back. Glory, glory. Georgia, as the fight song says.
This is our love for each other. 1 + 1 = what? 3. We are better together and we are connected.
This is Robert Iron E. Singleton, a.k.a. D-Dog from The Walking Dead, or Alton from The Blind Side, and you are watching Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. All right, guys, go Dogs. Sick 'em.
What's going on, Dog Nation and Respect the Hedges family, man? We're here for another episode of Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. The Dogs rolling in here 9-0, fresh off a win, beating a good Missouri team at the house, looking to extend that streak this week against Ole Miss under the lights in Sanford Stadium, man. So listen, it's the last home game of 2023. Y'all know what that means. That means we are appreciating our seniors this weekend, and that can mean different things for different people. We talking about people that's either gonna graduate and not play because they're out of eligibility, or some underclassmen, meaning redshirt juniors, or even redshirt seniors that may have some more eligibility but are gonna test the waters in the NFL. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into it. As always, y'all know we brought to you by the Tailgate Kings. That's right, man. As you see, the Tailgate Kings, man, the Tailgate Kings did it big from what I saw on Saturday at homecoming on Myers Quad. We don't have any Heena. Where's Heena hiding? Because we did a live stream, and Heena was all over the place and showed us some of the Tailgate Kings and Myers Quad, Sanford Stadium live on Saturday, man. It looked like a good time. Our girl Shelby was in the building, man, but to all those that went to homecoming and had a good time, hey, man, thanks for going and being loud and proud and helping the Dogs get that victory, man. We got a special show for y'all tonight, man. Y'all know what it is. We're going to preview Ole Miss, but we also going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate all of our seniors, but two in particular, man. That's right, two in particular, man. We're going to celebrate Kendall Milton and Sedrick Van Pran, man. We got their fathers on the show tonight, man. Gonna hang out with us, talk a little bit about their years experience in Athens, and talk a little football as well, man. So before we get into it, let's go ahead and bring some of our guys up in here, man. Y'all already know who it is, man. It's my guy E-Rob, former DB at UGA. What's going on, E-Rob? You muted E. I can't hear you, dog. No, we just got finished talking about the Dial America now. Come on now. Now unmuted. Yeah, you muted it. Now unmuted. There you go. We can't hear you. We're gonna put you backstage. We're gonna bring in the coolest fan in the land. My guy, Cool Cal. I don't know what's going on with the Dial America headset, dog, but we got E-Rock.
They heard what he said, man. They put a mute on this thing. You know what I'm saying? All that money he cheated him out of 20 years ago, so they getting back at him now. But yeah, that Dial America, you brought up some memories with that one. So
how you feeling, Cal, man? 9-0, dog.
I'm good, dog. I mean, hey, we exactly where we want to be. We lining up, we're getting better. We're going through So going through some injuries, going through some things right now, and that's why our depth is so important. And I know, we're gonna get into it and talk about that. And some of these young guys, they got to step up, man, and just continue, what we built here. But I wanted to say, man, I had an opportunity to go to homecoming, had an opportunity to go to the game, had a blast. Just want to give another shout out, man, to the Tailgate Kings, man. They put on a good production, great food, great time. And so I just want to make sure to give them a shout out, man, for the excellent job that they did.
That's right, man. That's right. And also shout out to the Black UGA Alumni Association, man. They was on my squad as well. Everything looked good. Like I said, wish I could have made it. Definitely won't miss that next year, man. Let's see if our guy got it together. E-Rob, you with us?
Coach, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you think Down America listening to this? You think
they might, man. They dog fans.
Oh, man. That's I've never had that issue. As soon as I said something about Down America, now, boy, I'm cut off from the world. Hey, boy, big brother. Anyway, hey, another week, another Dogs victory. I'm happy. I'm happy about it. Like Cal said, we had some injuries. We've recruited well at the position. At Georgia, it's next man up. That's just how we get down. Now, I will say this. One thing that's going to definitely help whoever's going to come in and play this week, Ole Miss got to come see us. They got to come see us at night in Sanford Stadium. I'm going to repeat that. At night in Sanford Stadium, they got to come see us. So, good luck.
That's right, man. Good luck to them, man. Listen, man, I'm going to roll off some names, man, as we start our senior celebration today, man. These are just the guys that are actually seniors that I guess it just depends on whether or not they have a COVID year left or not. But these are the guys, man. We got a walk-on, Joseph Daniels. Shout out to him, the defensive back. He actually was a graduate senior, so I'm pretty sure he's out of eligibility. My guy, Rojack, as we call him, Marcus Rosemary Jack Saint, man, the silent assassin, what I like to call him, man. He doesn't get all the publicity, but he's always there when you need him. We got Dan Jackson, another former walk-on, Savon Clark, running back walk-on, Taki Smith, Dejon Edwards, wide receiver George Vining, William Moat. He's our snapper, like a lone snapper. So Xavier Truss, Nazir Stackhouse, Drew Sheehan, Tremel Werther, and Zion Logue are two of the most tenured guys on the team. Tremel Werther, Zion Logue, and Xavier Truss. Warren Brinson. And then we got the guys that we that are redshirt juniors or redshirt seniors, whatever they may be, but they have eligibility, but because they are that dude, probably going to be leaving us after the year. You got Smile Munden, you got Kamari Lassiter, you got Brock Bowers, you got Javon Buller, you got Sedrick Van Pran, Amarius Mims, depends on his injury, Tate Ratledge, Lad McConkey. There's a lot of other people that may be eligible, like Brock Vandergriffs and Island Greens, but I don't think they're going to leave. But those guys are the guys that we know pretty much might be hanging it up at the end of this season, man. So we're going to talk a lot about them today. And give them their flowers, man. They've had some time in Athens. They brought us 2 championships. They've contributed in their own ways. We got another. Hey, speaking of homecoming and the Tailgate Kings, Mr. Jevaris Johnson, what's going on, JV?
Hey, what's up, fellas, man? Your brother returned from the grave, man.
Dallas America got him too.
Hey, look, hey, man, but I appreciate everybody showing up, man, coming downtown. Great to see you, man. Really enjoyed this particular event. This was homecoming, man. There was a lot of folks showing up. You played singing a long time. Just a great time. Coach, we missed you down there, brother, but don't worry. Creature comforts and in our culture, seeds take up the soil. We definitely got it in. We want to continue to support that whole collection, man, of folks, because they're some great people, but can't wait to do it again.
That's right, man. That's right, man. So we're going to bring in our first dad, man. Like I say, so Sedrick Van Pran is out of New Orleans, Louisiana, man. He went to Warren Easton High School, played center, started at center for 4 years there, came in as a backup in 2020 for the Dogs, and then immediately took over the starting role in 2021. Hey, man, all I'm saying is, he started at center. We went to the Natty, won the Natty. He started at center last year, went to the Natty, won the Natty. He's starting at center this year. I'm gonna let y'all finish that thought.
Do the math.
Just do the math, dog. So we're gonna go ahead
math.
and bring his dad in, Mr. Sedrick Granger. What's going on, Mr. Granger?
Oh man, good. How you guys doing?
Hey man,
Fantastic,
doing good, man.
Good to
Glad
see you.
to have you in here, man.
Welcome again.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for having
Yeah, I
me
missed
back.
him last time, Mr. Granger.
That's right,
Yes,
man.
sir.
That's right. I told you we was
Yep.
gonna have you back on, and what better time to do it, man, than to celebrate your son, man. He's giving us a lot, these past couple of years. Hey, man, let me give a quick shout out to Outlaw of College Football. He is donated $5 to the show. He says, after the first title, I called a three-peat. You did do that. I remember you sent me a message that said we was going to three-peat back in 2021. Give me kudos. You got it. But we appreciate you, Outlaw.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Mr. Granger, man. So how's it feel, man? It probably went by like a flash, man, but it's about to be over.
It really did, man. It really doesn't seem like 4 years that went by, you know. Bittersweet, you know. I'm grateful for, everything, he's accomplished over there and everything, the fans and, his teammates, the love they show him. But, it's coming to an end. So, kind of a little sad about that. But, I understand,
Yeah. Well, the one thing is, man, like you see these guys, JV and E Rob and Shawty and CA all put in that blood, sweat, and tears on the field. And me and Cal, we've been fans. And hey, man, once you're a dog, you always a dog, man. So you always can come back and chop it up with the fellas on Respect the Hedges. Don't get too big for us, Mr. Granger. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, man, definitely, man. UGA, man, it really holds a special place in my heart. For like I said, they pretty much, like you said, through, when he first committed to him, it's just like fan base instantly accepted him.
Yeah,
And,
Right.
Man, that meant a lot. You know what I mean? Because of course, coming from Louisiana, you know what I mean, and I don't know if people realize, but Louisiana and Georgia, we kind of like cousins, we got this little rivalry thing,
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
the Saints, Falcons, and all this crap, so to see people embrace him and really get to know who he was before prejudging him, because of where he's from, that meant a lot,
Yeah, man, and he's turned out to be a great leader, man, for the team. And I'm listen. I said back in the spring that I was waiting on his decision to know if we was gonna have a real chance to do the three-peat, because it's key to have your center, your quarterback, and your OC all in sync, man. And I was glad when we all were glad when he made that decision to come back. So yeah, man, let's bring in another one of our hosts, Mr. Corey Allen. What's going on, CA?
Easy.
You on mute, CA.
Oh man, Dial America getting us all tonight, man. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad.
Hey man, you gotta stop talking about Dial America. While we're waiting for CA, man, we're gonna bring up our next father, man. Hey man, listen, man, Kendall Milton out of Clovis, California, man. The dude was one of the highest ranked running backs coming into that class. We wanted him from the beginning, and I think Kirby apparently did a good enough job to bring him all the way across country, man. He was known for getting in the end zone in high school, and last year he got in the end zone a lot too, man. The dude was in the end zone 8 times last year. That's pretty good. Almost hitting the double, actually 9 times, because he actually had a reception for a touchdown too. So we're gonna go ahead and bring in his father, man. On Twitter, he's father of ballers, but we know him as Chris Milton, man. We're talking about Mr. Milton. What's going on,
Mr. Milton?
What's up, fellas? What's going on? What's going on with you?
Hey,
Milton,
glad to have
doing,
you
sir?
up in here, man. Glad to have you up in here.
Luke, Chris.
What's going on with you, man?
How's it feel, man? It's coming to an end slowly, man. But it's been like four quick years.
Man, hey, bro, you ain't gotta say it like that, though. You know what I mean? It did. Hey, it went by quick, man. It's crazy. I remember January of 2020, dropping him off, man, and here we are preparing for senior night. You know, time waits for nobody. So it's surreal. It's surreal, but at the same time, it's a blessing. So looking forward to it.
Yeah. How's the missus taking it? Is she sad, happy?
Nah, she's straight. I think, obviously mom's vantage point is a little different than pop's, man, but I think we're equally emotional. But, she's always stressed out and all of that type of stuff. It's hard for her to enjoy this journey just because, that's her baby, right? So
yeah,
it's still, like I said, I mean, this it, you know what I mean? This it. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's definitely the feelings going on. So I got to make sure I take my sweat towel on the field. The allergies start that,
Yeah, man.
Oh.
So, hey, man, again, like I say, we appreciate y'all coming in. They're going to rock with us, man. Let's bring in our other two hosts, man. We got Shawty in the building, man. What's going on, Shawty?
What's happening, man? Trying to get
what up, bro?
Fellas, man, trying to get this energy level back up, man. I've been reeling.
Man, hey, he got that strip club echo on his microphone, man. What's going on with that? he got that I'm bringing the next dancer echo on his microphone.
Hey, we in Atlanta. We in Atlanta. That's what we do.
Hey,
what's going on?
Evidently.
Hey, Mr. Granger, let me ask you something while we're waiting on this transition. Like I said, I ain't gonna say nothing. So being in Louisiana, what's it like being a dog fan in Louisiana? I've always wanted to know, like, what's life like?
Man, I'm kind of a straight up dude, to be honest with you. I don't care what nobody say, you know what I mean? Hey, man, I'm representing my son, you know what I mean? And hey, if you got a problem with it, then we got a problem, But
I like it.
Man, listen,
I love it.
I represent him, I love what Georgia do, but I guess to be honest with you, it's it's easier now because of what they did on the field. So because somebody one of the local reporters wrote a story on him from New Orleans last year, and it was like talking about if he would have chose LSU or not, and it was like, well, if he wins the second title, what nobody can second guess the decision, and that's pretty much what it is now. It's like clearly you can see that's where he was supposed to be,
Same question to you, Mr. Milton, out there in West Coast, man. They had all that hype going around USC with Lincoln Riley going out there, and Dan Lanning now is at Oregon, man. What's it like walking around? I mean, we still the two-time champs, you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, it's definitely recognition. As soon as you wear that Power G, everybody knows that's universal, no matter which coast you on. So, once upon a time, especially coming from out here, Fresno State was big and local program and everything. So it was, he received love, but at the same time, it's that hate, it's that backwards hate, and wishing bad on him and he gonna be back and this and this and that. Well, when you show it with hardware, I mean, it's hard to say too much, right? So his career went exactly where he's supposed to be. The doors open, not just on the football field, but also off the field. And he's done everything he set out to do when he graduated from high school. So it's going according to God's plan.
Big facts. Dogs in Dawsonville gets in and says, we appreciate you, proud papa, sharing your boys with the Dog Nation. Wish you many blessings on your boys and your family for the next couple of decades. Like I say, man, once you're a dog, you always a dog, man. You know what I'm saying? So like I told Mr. Granger, you always got a spot on Respect the Hedges. We done kicked it in a couple of different cities, Mr. Milton. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep that thing going.
Yes, sir. I see you back in Nashville.
You know it. Shout out to Jason from the Hall of Fame College Football. He said, congratulations to the fathers of the seniors, to the Dogs for hitting 9-0, and all love to the show and the cast, man. Appreciate you with the super chat, Jason. That we appreciate that. Shelby says, congratulations to the family and Dogs forever. That's right, man. So we got a little time before we get into the Ole Miss. Mr. Milton, give us one of your fondest memories during this span of being a dog father.
I think I'm going back first home game freshman year because that year 2020 COVID year we opened against Arkansas. He got in the last drive and had maybe one or two carries, and so it was like okay. When we came back home and we had Auburn first home game, it was all bad, bro. We pre-gamed a bit too much at the condo, And I just know we sitting in the stands, man. I had my oldest son, Katlyne, there with us. Man, next thing I know, I look over at him, he crying. I start crying because at that point it got real, man. You know, the boy on the field, you see that Milton name on your back. He taking early reps, man. It's like, okay, we in this thing, you know what I mean? And you know, big brother, I'm like, Katlyne, what you crying for, man? he gonna kill me. But he was like, nah, Dad, it's just crazy. See, this the kid that used to cry because I was throwing the ball too hard. Now look at him, you know. So it was. I think that right there was him crossing the barrier of entry, and he was officially an SEC football player. So I'll never remember that first Auburn game in between the hedges.
That's what's up, man. That's
so real
memory,
right
man.
there. That's real, man. That's real. I love that.
For real, man. Welcome into the show, our guy CA, man. CA, you got the mute off for us now, dog.
I'm hoping the equipment work, man. I got technical difficulties. I'm trying to figure it out back here. Love the story, man. I mean, because you know, when you look at it, when I look at it from the perspective of a former dog, that's the reason why you play. I mean, you play to make your family proud. So you hope those moments are happening. You hope that you get a chance to share those experiences and to see that you all have that as your primary memory. That's a great example of, you know, the sacrifice that both sides have to endure and then seeing the fruits of those labor. But man, I'm glad to be back on the show. A lot to talk about. You know, I enjoyed last game. We got a lot in front of us. You know, I'm just glad to be in the building. So thanks for having me.
That's right, man. Shawty, man. I know you got your microphone situated. What's going on, dog?
I hope I do. It sound better.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, my voice ain't no good, no way, man. But I'm here, man. I'm trying to do what I can. What's happening?
That's right. Hey, we know you was feeling a little under the weather coming off that show. Hey, man, Dave Chappelle had us all out in the cold last week, man. So, hey, but it was worth it, man.
Boys going out. The whole team going to see Chappelle without me. Shout out to all y'all, man. I ain't gonna hate it, you know. I was taking a little salt.
You missed a good one, CA. You missed a good one.
We sent you a text.
I'm be honest.
We sent you a text.
We sent the bat signal out. We sent the bat signal out.
I saw it. Hey. But I just hate apart.
Definitely. Mr. Granger, man, give us a fun memory, man, from your time here, part of the Dog Nation.
Man, his first thought against Clemson in Charlotte. You know, man, that was surreal right there. You know, like, you know, just what Chris said, like, man, to see this dude, you know, like, you know, all of the, you know, the struggles and you know, self-doubt and, you know what I mean, just to see it manifest, you know, he get his opportunity, you know, it's like, man, you know, it's nothing but God, you know, like, you know, when you see that, like, you know, like, man, you know, God, you know, really put him in that position. So that was just like crazy to me, like I said, to see him get that opportunity, national, you know, televised game, you know, first start, and he handled his business, and it was on from there, you know.
That's right, man. That's right. So both of you guys came from out of state. Your kids, like I say, that's a lot of trust to trust a coach, you know, with your kid where you can't put your hands on it right, you know, within 30 minutes or so. Mr. Granger, was there ever a time this SVP was like, hey, Dad, I don't know, man, it's a long way from home. I don't know about this thing.
Nah, because, you know, really and truly, you know, it's another component to the story, you know, like we was always, you know, like Metro Atlanta was like second home to us. So we was traveling 2, 3, 4 times to Metro Atlanta anyway. So it really kind of, you know, worked out perfect. You know, I got a twin brother, you know, he lives in Stone Mountain. So for the first 2 years when I was in New Orleans, you know, my brother, you know, would have his back. Got, you know, friends of mine live in Metro Atlanta. That's like brothers to me. You know what I mean? So it pretty much was like a second home to him. Now, it was an adjustment for him, you know, because Louisiana people, you know, we so stuck on our food and stuff, you know. So, you know, you bitch about the food, excuse me, and I can't get this. I'm like, man, look, don't worry about that. But now it's so many New Orleanians, you know, that lived in this area, you know, they pretty much catered to us, you know. They probably about 10 New Orleans restaurants around there, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, it seems like he made that transition. Like Atlanta was Atlanta and Georgia was like y'all second home anyway. Now, Mr. Milton, is a little bit different for y'all, man. Y'all have to hop on that plane to come across country. Did Kendall ever say, "Hey, Dad, it's a long way from home, man. I need y'all to come out here a little bit more"?
This dude had no problem going across country. I mean, he rode out like he was escaping a charge or something in California, man. The way he was, man, and Kendall's so resilient, man, and his personality. He's truly that old soul. So as soon as he got there, he tapped in with the older dudes. He was, Jordan Davis and Eric, Stokes and Speed, like all those boys. Those are the ones. That's his group that really took him in. So once he came in, he really planted his flag. And I'm actually glad that he left California, to be completely honest. He's grown up so much in the time that he's been out there. The network and the resources that he's garnered while he's been out there. I mean, again, it happened exactly like it was supposed to happen. And, of course, there's time. I think the only time he really got homesick, at least that he articulated, was again, COVID year, when he had to chill out during Thanksgiving time frame. But his mom ended up going down there, spending that time with him. And no, actually, I think it may have been Christmas, to be honest with you. I can't remember which holiday, but he ended up going down there, spending that time with him and everything. So he's weathered through it. He's weathered through it. He never wanted to come back to the crib. I can't get him to come back home, to be honest with you.
Oh, man. Hey, man, that's a good deal, man. That's a good deal.
What that Georgia dirt do to you?
No,
hey, bro, that's about right.
It might have been them strip clubs, Pop.
No.
We got draft interviews coming up. We can't speak on that.
That's right. Hey, business first. That's right.
Absolutely. I do got a quick question for both the dads, though. From the time that you guys dropped your son off at school until today, what do you see the biggest differences with him as far as maturity, things of that nature?
Mr. Milton, you can go ahead.
Again, Kendall, he's grown up so much, and I think the one thing that I really, really notice about him, and I think him being there brought it out even more, Kendall's a hustler. And when I say a hustler, I'm talking about in the sense of more on that corporate side. The way he moves is very, very strategic. And I really see that really in him, which is why I know whatever he does, God bless him with the NFL career, whatever he does on top of that, he'll succeed at it, because the way he thinks is different. It took me years in corporate America to get to this point, whereas this dude's just been soaking up game, man, and he's executing at 21 years old. So I see that.
What about you, Mr. Granger?
I think for me, the biggest thing that I see from him is growth as a person and being able to incorporate with other people that don't necessarily look like you. You know what I mean? And, because I don't know if you guys know or not, but New Orleans is like a real high percentage of black people. So coming up, it wasn't too many like mixed schools and stuff like that. So, at least not in the public school system. So to go from that to, I'm sure you all see how he interacts with people. You know what I mean? Like that was like a big, step. And, he did it seamlessly, you know what I mean? Like, and it's genuine, you know what I mean? Like he genuinely wanted to, get to know and have a relationship with people, other than the background he came from. So, I'm proud of him, for that,
That's big time too, man. That's some things I always say. One of the benefits of going off to college and even going further, like Kendall had to do, is like you grow up, you learn to intermingle with different cultures and different races and things like that, regardless of how you grew up. Shawty, you say you got a question?
Yeah, I got a question for Mr. Milton. We all are former athletes on here, Division I football players, and we kind of know how this football thing go when it comes to the body. And before I ask this question, I'm gonna say this: it's clearly a big difference in our run game when we have your son. If he's whether 75%, 80%, 85%, I don't care what he is. But when he step out on the field, there's a difference in our run game. He brings a different dimension to that run game. But with that being said, throughout his career, it's not been no secret that he's been, banged up. But as a family unit, how have you guys been able to stay focused, keep him motivated, injury after injury? He bounced back, just seemed to come back almost just as good as he was before he was injured. So how do you guys come together as a family, if you can answer this question, and just keep the kid motivated?
I think the biggest thing is this goes into, again, kind of like my professional influence, what I do at work. When the business is in trouble, the worst thing I can do is show my employees that we're in trouble. I still have to keep the culture. I still have to keep the morale going because I still need to drive results, right? So Kendall's already at that point. He's already emotional. He's already in his own head. So what I have to do, or we have to do, is make sure that we keep him that tunnel vision to know, okay, this is a small time frame in your career. And you do the things that it takes to get past it. You do the heavy lift. The score takes care of itself. So when you think about like Bill Walsh, he had teams don't focus on I'm gonna go win the Super Bowl. No, they focus on executing the X and O's every single play. You do that, your likelihood of getting to the Super Bowl wins. So it's the same thing for Kendall. It's not about, okay, man, when you get better, this and that. No, while you're going through the process, focus on the things that it takes to get better, so that when you do get your number called to get on the field, you're ready to go. And that's really been the mindset. And if you really follow him and follow his social media, he definitely has a relationship with God, right? And Jesus. So he's rooted in that. So I think that's really one thing. Resort to training, man. That's it. It's not a woe is me. It's get up. And yeah, he comes back stronger. It's almost like a superhero. Like he comes back stronger, right? So yeah, that's really how we rally up.
I can't wait till he come out that knee brace, because I really want to see that extension that he has. Because I can tell he got it. It's just that knee brace holding him from just really busting it open.
It'll be time. It'll be time.
That's dope. That's
dope.
dope.
For the playoffs.
Hey, they're peaking at the right time.
Running right behind Big Sed, man. It's running right. Hey, tell him soon as he announced he was coming back. Soon as Sed announced, hey, didn't I tap in with you?
You did.
I tapped in with him. I said thank you. Yep. I said thank you. Yep.
So as parents of dogs, man, do y'all have like a little group y'all kind of trickle to when y'all come in town for the game, or other dads or other parents?
If I see Chris, me and Chris have always seen each other, but it's kind of hard for me sometimes to, like I said, I got a bunch of family and friends out there, so it's like I'm always caught up with them. You know what I mean? Somebody's always running this, that, and other. So it's like, I can't really kind of get there and interact with everybody like I would want, because I have to entertain, my other family members and stuff too. But every time me and Chris see each other, and one year, I think y'all did something at the condo when I came. He invited me to that, but we at the end of at the line this year, so yeah, we definitely got to get it popping, though.
Because it's hard, man. When you come in town, the boys, they don't have a lot of time, and I think that's one of the big things. People don't realize how much time I don't get to spend with my kid, right? And I'm sure Sed, it's a lot of time we don't get to spend with our kids. So, by the time I fly in on a Thursday, it's usually at night. He's wrapped up in what he has going on. I may see him for a couple of minutes before he goes to bed. He'll come by. Game day is really about 30 minutes at the hotel. I'll see him at dog walk, tap in after that, and then I'm on a flight coming back on Sunday. So, the parents, they're trying to spend their time with their kid as well. So, it's not a whole bunch of idle time where we can just tap in and hang out and do all of that, because everybody's still trying to see their kid. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. My bad. All right. Yeah. So hey, I can understand the logistics of all of that, especially like you say, coming in. Those guys go to the hotel even when they at the home game. All these guys played, they know that, you know what I'm saying? And But it's good that you get to see them a little bit. You know, I know that makes
yeah.
for holidays, and when they do get to come home, makes it that much more special. I know they probably come home and want to go see some of their home friends. You know, they're like, "Hey, man, you got to stay at the house for a little bit, man. I ain't seen y'all yet."
Bro,
So anyway.
like I said, Kendall don't come home. I turned 50 in May, man, and so you know they had that time off. So in my mind, I know his classes ended early May. My birthday was at the end of the month, so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, cool. Kendall will come home, spend a couple weeks at the crib. We'll hang out, whatever the case may be. Nah, this dude had to stop. He had to stop in Miami first. He had to stop in Arizona first. This dude literally came in 2 days before we left. 2 days, man. And it's like, all right, bro, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Hey, that's right, man. That's right. Let's talk a little bit. Go ahead, CA.
I got a quick question, man. I really enjoy the time you dads get a chance to spend with us. Real quick, because I feel like we get a chance, especially having you on, we get a chance to see the impact that you two individually have had on your sons' lives. And I want to ask the two of you, where do you get your leadership from? Did you have that from your father in home? How did you get to the point where you are able to lead these young men? Because it plays such a big role in their decision-making process. I envy it. And I just kind of want to hear you dig a little bit deeper into what makes you you and how you've had a chance to impact your son as we look to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Go, Chris.
I think for me, so like no disrespect to my dad at all, man. My dad is that's the GOAT in its own right.
Okay.
It was different parenting, right? During that time frame, it was different parenting. He grinded a lot more and and that type of stuff, right? And I think for me, I was a knucklehead, man. I made a lot of stupid decisions. Nothing that was life-changing. Well, I guess you could say life-changing just because it changed the trajectory through decision-making. But I look back, and I'm not even going to lie to you. The way I parent my boys, to me, it's like I'm righting a wrong. You get what I'm saying? And I know I'm successful in my own right. However, if I'd have had the discipline that my boys show, then who knows where it would be. So for me, the way that I parent is really like be different, be stronger, make better decisions. And I think for me, that's what drives them. And I'm very transparent with my boys. They know all the stupid stuff that I've done, and they trust me. They get on my head. They come up. They talk. They trash, man. But I think by doing that, when I tell them don't do something or I tell them how to move, I have so much more credibility because they know Pops is really with the ish. You know what I mean? So that's how I parent, just very transparently. Those are my dudes. That whole hey, your kids should be your kid. Nah, those are my dudes, and we engage like that, So that's where the leadership comes from with my boys specifically.
Thank you.
Yeah, with me, it was pretty much, some of what Chris said, but it was, I always to not repeat my mistakes. You know what I mean? Like Chris said, I made a lot of mistakes that derailed me from where I wanted to be in life. And I saw some of my characteristics in Sedrick at a young age. So I jumped on him quick. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you're not gonna, repeat my mistakes. So, I really just kind of use myself as a template of what not to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, if I went left, you go right. You know what I mean? And it's funny how history repeats itself, because of even with him going to high school, man, I had a chance to make the same decision, my mom made with me. She was a single mother, just trying to please her son, and please her children. And when Sedrick was going to high school, he wanted to go to a particular high school, different than the one he ended up going to, but it was wasn't as good academic school as the one he went to, But he wanted to go there because of, they told him he would play early as a freshman. And, like I said, I know the high school that I went to was like one of the worst in New Orleans, you know what I mean? And it's like, no, you know what I mean? Like, this school that he ended up going to is a way better academic school, so you're going to go there, He didn't like it, But I look back at it now, man, it's like probably was the best thing could have happened for him, you know? So it just really was, you know, man, I just looked at my life, where I went wrong, and when I came to certain paths in his life, I just, you know, chose to do what I thought was best for him, you know?
And I think, and just what says, and this is where so much stuff gets lost in translation. They see dads like us. I'm not gonna lie, black dads like us that are heavily involved and that are vocal and that are visible and all of that stuff, and then they immediately want to twist it and make it about you living through your kid or you this and this and that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It has zero to do with that. It has to do with making sure my kid champions life. In life, like I said, we did pretty well, man, and we ate. We got a lot off the table, but my immaturity left a lot on the table. So my whole goal is, kid, clean your table off and go back and get what I left too. You get what I'm saying? That's where this comes from. It ain't got nothing to do. I never had league aspirations, so he ain't living for me. Right. This is about him.
I'm loving it. I'm loving all this, man. We here celebrating our seniors, man. Before we get into the Ole Miss game, here with Sedrick Van Pran's dad, Sedrick Granger, and Kendall Milton's dad, Chris Milton, man. We also want to shout out, y'all missed it in the beginning, man, some of the other guys that we know are seniors. Joseph Daniels, walk-on DB, Marcus Rosemary Saint, Dan Jackson, Savon Clark, walk-on running back, man, Taki Smith, Dejan Edwards, George Vining, walk-on receiver, our lone snapper, William Moat, Xavier Truss, Nazir Snackhouse, Drew Sheehan, a walk-on tight end, Tremel Werther, Zion Logue, and Warren Brinson. And of course, like I say, we got some guys that, because they are those dudes, man, they redshirt juniors, and a lot of them going to be probably walking out for senior day, like Sedrick Van Pran, Brock Bowers, Smile Munden, Kamari Lassiter. Hey, listen, as fans, we would love if you chose to take another year in Athens and get you a little bit of NIL, but that's just us being greedy, you know what I'm saying? But we know you got to do what's best for you. Lad McConkey, Tate Rattler, Tamarius Mims, we'll see what all happens to those guys, man. We're going to jump into this Ole Miss game a little bit, man. Listen, man, Missouri is a pretty good team, man. We handled our business, man. There was times we kind of stalled out a little bit. You know, Mr. Granger, man, they sent a lot of pressure up front. You know what I'm saying? Missouri did. And I think Ole Miss is going to try to do the same. I know you don't get to talk to SVP a lot, but did you possibly talk to him about some of the, you know, just the amount of blitzes that they were sending on Saturday?
He didn't really talk specifically. There's one thing I can say about him. You know, he'll tell me some things, but he kind of keep team business, you know.
Yeah.
And I, you know what I mean? I don't pry. You know, what he want to tell me, he'll tell me. So, but you know, like he'll tell me, okay, yeah, we looked at the film. They like they got a good D line or whatever, you know. But that's about it. You know what I mean? Like for his game plan and stuff like that. He don't really say. Now he did say, Ole Miss look like they, you know, they're pretty good on the D line, you know.
Yeah, they definitely do defensively and offensively, man. And you know, with all that blitzing and stuff, you know, Kendall's one of our better pass protectors. You know, so that's another reason why, you know, we need him in the game. Like I say, not just running the ball, but what from your vantage point from the stands, because I know you in the stands a lot, Mr. Milton. What'd you see Saturday?
And it's funny you say that, because oddly enough, Kendall and I don't talk a lot of football. I try to be dad. I try to get away from the football, because from the time you get up to the time you go to bed is football, basically. So I try to be just pops. But one thing that I did tell him, though, that I think the best play that he had, it was one where he came around and picked that backer up in the hole, and he held him up, and I was like, hey, that's the one right there that gets you drafted, right? Yeah. You're a running back. Everybody know you can run, but to be able to hold a backer up, give your quarterback time, that's what I really like to see him. I like to see him pass pro.
That's right. Hey, cool, Cal, man. You was in the stadium, man. Just quickly, what you say? How do we handle overall the pressure that Missouri was giving us? Because I think Ole Miss is going to try a little bit of the same.
I think overall we handled it pretty well. I think we started off a little slow in that area, and obviously, what we do best is we make adjustments. And so those adjustments that we made, and first off, I want to say too, Missouri, that's a hell of a football team. I don't care what the name says. Missouri's got some guys on that team over there, offensively and defensively. And so one of the things that I think was telling was I like how our running game, it did start off a little slow and it was able to pick up throughout the game. So I thought, our strength was able to start to overpower them in the second half, and you started to see us gash them with some big runs in the second half. But yeah, like from my vantage point, that was a football team, and it was a hell of a win for us. So I think, like you said, Ole Miss is going to come in. They're going to try to do some of the same things. I don't think they're as good overall as Missouri is defensively. So I think there'll be a few more opportunities there for us, is what I've seen on film. So we just got to take advantage of those.
And that's what I was just about to say, man. To be honest, I don't want to jinx or anything like that, give them no ammunition, but to be totally honest with you, I don't know if they have the same defensive line personnel. You know what I mean? Like I know Pete Golden personally, met him on the recruiting trail. He's a good coach. You know what I mean? But I do know Ole Miss, they don't quite, able to get the talent like some of these other schools, you know what I mean? So Pete's gonna dial up some stuff, yeah, I get it. But to be totally honest with you, if our guys come to play, bro, we should be able to handle it,
Yeah. And Cal brought up the running game, man. JV, me and you got a chance to speak one-on-one, man. We talked about the great job that Oscar Delp was doing, not just catching the ball, but in the blocking. Lucky left some things to be desired out there, man. What's something he can do as a young tight end? Because he's gonna play, you know what I'm saying? He got to play, and he's a good player. But there's a couple of times in the blocking that you know what I'm saying, he left something on the field. What can he do as a young player to try to kind of be better this Saturday against Ole Miss? Because with the Missouri win or a Georgia win, we clinch the East.
Man, being a young tight end, right? Like he has all the talent in the world. The man is built like he should be a senior right now, but being a young tight end, it's a whole different ball game when you're playing against a D line like Missouri brings in. Those guys are dogs. They ain't just SEC players that are second type players. These are some dogs that Missouri bring in, and they preach aggression. Each and every year we play Missouri, we have a hard time with them. Are they as talented as the Dogs? I don't think so. But do they squeeze every bit of juice out of that orange? Of course. And this guy has always coached up their D-line. And so for Lucky, his experience, I feel like, is what holds him back, because he just don't have those live bullet rips. You give this guy another year. You give him the rest of this year. You give him an off season, and then you look at him again next year with Delp and him coming in, or him playing and Delp doing what he does. It's gonna be a totally different story. But he needs those live reps, man, because I promise you, the first time you put your hands and put your face mask into a real DE's chest, you understand what SEC football is all about at that tight end position. You ain't blocking kickers no more.
Can I say something about Missouri, right quick?
What's that?
Go ahead. To piggyback on what you just said, I noticed that Missouri plays us, really hard. They played us hard last year. They played us hard this year. For me, I'm thinking it's more about scheme. They understand Georgia tendencies, and they match up well with that. I don't necessarily think it's about the players. I think it's about they know Georgia coaching style or scheme. So it's some familiarity some type of way, because they play us too good.
Every time.
That just shows good coaching, man. Like one thing I want to say I watched somebody bring up is a lot of times when we go, we throw the ball on first down. If we have an incomplete pass and it's 2nd and 10, we like to run the ball a lot, on 2nd down. And Missouri was paying attention to those tendencies and sent the linebacker a couple of times on a run blitz to stop that. So matter of fact, it was one time when Kendall got it, I was like, man, Kendall didn't have a chance right there. Like the dude was already in the backfield. But hey, man, again, credit to Missouri, man. Ole Miss is gonna try, but like Cal said, he don't. I don't know if they had the players to do what Missouri did. Now, offense, that's a different story, E-Rob. Offensively, is there one area from our defensive perspective going against their offense you concerned about?
Yeah, I mean, losing Dumas in the middle of the defense. I mean, I think we were all kind of, waiting for him to kind of get back and play at the level that he played at last year. But nevertheless, he's the quarterback of your defense. So losing him, that's going to be major playing against the Lane Kiffin offense. So you got to bring in somebody who hasn't played as many snaps. So playing against the fast pace, you just never know. So like I said at the beginning of the show, the good thing for us this week is that we're playing them in Athens at night. So that's going to help in every aspect, especially on defense, because you will not be able to hear yourself think. So
big facts. Shawty, man, give us something, man, that you just an area of concern or some emphasis for this coming Saturday that you really looking at as far as like, a make or break, whether we beat them by 10 or it's a closer game than that or a blowout. Oh, my bad, sorry. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, man, the thing that, concerns me about Ole Miss is, my old rule of thumb is I'm always afraid of any team that has the capability of scoring like Ole Miss has. But what really concerns me about Ole Miss, what I actually like about them is when they come out in their offensive lineup, they can have one set and run multiple plays off that same set. Because the quarterback is what makes them play 11, make their defense play 11 on 11 football. So the RPO game, counter lead game with the quarterback, they have so many looks off of that play. We're going to have to be very disciplined to piggyback off of, I think that was E-Rob losing the quarterback on the defense. So somebody else is going to have to take up that role. And those linebackers, edge guys, we harped on all year. They're going to be very disciplined in what they do, trying to defend this Ole Miss defense. Because their offense is very, very important. And you can say what you want to say about Lane Kiffin. He know how to put points on the board. Now, he might not stop nobody. He'll put points on the board.
That's big facts. That's big facts. CA, man, what's your thoughts going into this Ole Miss game, man? They are a one-loss SEC team. They looking to stay in the West race, hoping for some luck with Kentucky and Alabama or Auburn, Alabama. What you thinking about this weekend?
I think Ole Miss is gonna do pretty much what everyone else has said. I saw what Missouri tried to do against us. I hate Missouri, but I gotta respect what they've done. It's not been an easy pill for me to swallow the last 3 or 4 years, just to look at the fact that whether it's scheme or the environment, they do play us close and make us earn every victory, which is always going to bode well for us as we go down the line because we know how to handle that environment. But that tape is going to get used. So we're going to see a lot of those situations again. It's situation football. They're going to try to highlight or expose specific guys. And, we have additional adjustments we can make. We definitely did not empty our offensive coverage. There were a lot of Mike Bobo complaints, but, in my opinion, and as we've discussed previously, we never show everything we have until it's time. And against Missouri, because we know we are deeper, I don't think they got the entirety of the offense, but we did find some success in that running game. Ole Miss is going to be an opportunity for us to continue to put points up. As far as what their offense is going to do to our defense, that linebacker position is crucial because when they get an opportunity to go no huddle, to speed us up, those young backers are going to be in a position where they're going to have to make some crucial decisions. And that's going to be where we find out who we are because we're still trying to figure it out, especially when you lose that guy like Jevaris Johnson on defense. So, I think it's a great opportunity for us. I think Lane Kiffin is the guy to try to pinpoint and point out matchups and take advantage of us where he might see a weakness. So, this is just going to be a great chance for us to really figure out who we are because the one thing I think we've got above and beyond everyone else is better coaching. So the adjustments we do have in the cupboard, We'll see how far we have to dig, but I'm anxious to see how the competition plays out overall.
Yeah, and in Kirby's weekly presser, he did say Xavier Sori is back this week. He was doing some, some personal things, so that's good. He's not coming off an injury, but he's played a lot. CJ Allen has gotten in. We've seen him play a lot. Raylan Wilson, you know what I'm saying? So those guys, like y'all say, they got some big shoes to fill, but it's a team effort out there. Coach. Number 11, Jalen Walker. He
Jalen.
I think he's going to play a little. Yeah, he plays all over the place. We use him as an edge rusher a lot of times, but I think he'll play some inside with Dumas Johnson out. I think a reporter asked Kirby about missing Dumas Johnson and his play calling and getting everybody lined up. He was like, actually, him and Smile share that responsibility. They have all year, this year and last year. Yeah. So he's like, he's not, worried about that at all, man. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be a good matchup, man. I think Ole Miss is definitely a good team, a good challenge. Like I say, if Missouri plays right before us, if Missouri beats Tennessee, or we win our game against Ole Miss, we clinch the East, man. Again, under Kirby's tenure, man, Kirby's doing some special things, man, here in Athens, man. I mean, hey, look, brought both of these guys and their sons to Athens, man. They just recruiting like that. Dude,
can I give a take on
absolutely. Yeah, so, absolutely.
What I'm thinking, what I feel like, Lane is a damn good offensive coordinator. I believe they're going to score. But I do believe we may have the edge with our D-line. Like I said, I don't think them dudes O-line is anything special.
It's not.
They're not athletic.
Like,
nope. You called it.
Yeah, if we can disrupt, what they doing up front, then, we kind of limit the score.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I feel like, because they're winning. Don't get me wrong, they're winning. They're good, but I know it ain't all about names and 5 stars and all that. But sometimes it is. You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean?
Jimmy's and Joe.
I don't recall.
Jimmy's and Joe.
You know what I mean? So I don't recall too many big name dudes on the old line like that. I could be wrong. But
they big. They just ain't athletic.
And to speak
that's how you slow them down, though.
Yeah, and to speak to your point, they are giving up a lot more pressures than a lot of other teams for that offensive line for Ole Miss. So you hit one right there. And like you say, outside of Alabama, who actually did slow them down, you know what I'm saying, they haven't really faced the D-line, like the type of D-line front seven that we can bring at them. So, hey, man, these are all great points. Mr. Milton, man, like what you looking for early on in this game, man, for the Dogs, man, so we can get out of – listen, man, I wouldn't mind if we just get out there and hammer these dudes, man.
Me too.
Hey, you know me. I'm biased, man. I'm like, let's tote that thing, man. Make them play. Make them play honest, man. Between Dejan being shifty and between Kendall coming through, hey, tapping the chest of the linebacker, man. Let's do work. That's me. I'm biased, so.
We'll have those opportunities.
The game, I like that.
They play so much zone. They have running lanes.
And so, and like Shawty pointed out, man, they do play a lot of zone, man. And if you think back, Kentucky played more man than Florida, but both of those teams tried to play a little more zone on us than normal. Like Missouri said, the heck with the zone, man. We just gonna throw the kitchen sink at y'all, and that's not Ole Miss's style. And that bodes well for the run game and the passing game, because teams haven't fared well either playing against Carson and these wide receivers, man, and these tight ends playing zone, man. So. Listen, we had on defense, man. We had another guy step up, and like Kirby always said, man, next man up, and it really means that in Athens, man. Shout out to Julian Humphrey, man. Julian Humphrey had himself a day, Saturday, man. It allows us to do different things, with our defense by having we had three corners on the field with 2 safety. You know what I'm saying? Like not. And Taki plays great, but in certain situations, we moved Kamari into that slot, had Dalen on the outside, had Humphreys on the outside, and had the 2-headed monster Bullet and Starks back there patrolling the airways. So I like to see stuff like that, man. So I'm looking forward to this, man. Let's go ahead and get some score predictions in here, man. I think we 10.5 or 11.5 point favorite, depending on what sports book you use, man. So 11. Okay. We'll go with that. And I think Lane Kiffin mentioned that this is the smallest point spread for Georgia all year. I mean, Lane always got to try to take a shot at his boys. So
Lane's so petty, man.
He is. B Miller get in and say Kirby is a defensive guru. Will be fine. I definitely trust Kirby in that retro aspect. He says 34-17 dogs. I like it. I'm thinking I'm like that too, B Miller, man. I'm thinking like a 34-17, 31-17, something like that. I can definitely see that under the red lights in San Francisco. Shelby say the hell with that 40-14. Let's just go ahead and do them in. I like that. JV, what you got on it, man? What you got on it, JV?
Man, I'm kind of that same realm, man. I'm running about 38-17, 38-21, because I just think they'll score some points. But at the end of the day, we're going to score way more in cover.
Big facts. So hey, listen, we ain't no gambling experts, but you heard it from JV here first. If you want to make a little scratch on the side. Cool, Cal, what you got on the score prediction?
I think it's going to be kind of a high-scoring affair. I think both teams will be able to go out there and score some points. But I'm looking like 45-28, 45-31, somewhere in that area.
I'll take that too, man. I'll take that too, because that's still a cover. Shawty, what you got on that score, dog?
38-24.
I like it. Another cover. E-Rob, what you got, man?
So real quick before I give my score prediction, today is my father's birthday, and it's
Shout
really
out.
apropos that you two guys are on the show. My dad's crazy as hell, but he is definitely the most influential male that I've had in my life.
That's
and
what's
he
up.
means everything to me. And just hearing you two gentlemen talk today about your kids and the influence that you've had over these young men, it means everything. I just want to say that before I get the score prediction. 41-20, dogs, you're going to kick. And Kendall going to go off this week. 41-20. You're going to run that ball.
Speak it to existence.
That's right, man. I love it. CA, what you got on that score prediction, dog?
Man, I like 33-13, man. I see us covering, and I see us, hurting Lane feelings a little bit, force some field goals.
Oh, force some field goals. That's some stuff. Hey, man, shout out to the red zone defense, man. They've played better as the year goes on, man. We started out kind of slow with the red zone defense.
You're right, Coach. I got to shout that out.
Hey, we got to
work on that first drive defense.
We got to work on the first drive.
Don't do that. Leave the first drive alone. We play base defense, first drive. We don't do no tricking, and everybody get what they want, and then the door get closed. So we kind of got to eat that one, boys. We can't get it because the formula behind it is flawless, if you ask me.
Big facts. B Miller brought that up. Say we're a deadly second half team, and me and Shawty had a conversation about that. Bro, our coaching staff is one of the best, if not the best, in the nation at making adjustments offensively and defensively throughout the game, man. And it just gets crazy, man. Diane gets in and say, love the show, guys. Great football talk. I watched the entire hour. 45-10. Go Dogs, dogs on top. I like it.
Diane. Let's go, Diane.
I like it. Mr. Granger, what you got on that score, man?
I say 35-28.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Damn, bro, I'm nervous already. Come on.
I'm a realist. To be real, when they go
I like that.
spreads and all that, like we ain't really covering them spreads like that, to be real.
Here we go.
Big facts. All right, Mr. Milton, close us out. What you got on that score?
Hey, I'm going to disappoint you because I'm superstitious. I have never predicted a score, and I sure can't do it tonight. I can't break it. So I'm gonna let y'all.
Right.
Just give us the big one.
No need to reinvent the wheel.
Don't do it,
Hey,
you're not gonna have dog. You ain't gonna have Dog Nation blaming this one on me. Nope.
Hey, I can definitely.
There's gonna be no need to blame nothing.
Appreciate that. Hey, listen, man. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself, man, on this show, man.
Great
Appreciating
show.
the seniors. Before we get out of here, man, I couldn't get out of here without appreciating the senior that's no longer with us, dog. And that is Mr. Devin Willett, man. Hey, tragic what happened, but he would have been walking this Saturday out to the field. And So shout out to his family, man. And this is for those that just watch the Dogs and wonder why 77 is always on a different lineman. This is why they all showing their respect every week to Devin Willard, man. So
that's wild.
Sir.
Shout out to him, man. The young man.
That's right. Shout out, man. Say, man, this has been a great show. We appreciate you guys, Mr. Milton and Mr. Granger, for coming on, chopping it up with us, man.
Thank you, guys.
And saluting these seniors, man, and getting ready for this Ole Miss, man. Let's get ready to clinch this SEC East, man, and another shot at the title coming in our future, man. So we got Brian Drake for say this is the best dog show out here. You guys stay blessed. We appreciate you, Brian, man. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Shout out to all my guys for getting in, man. Hey, man, we all got a lot going on in life, but we always find time to take out for the Dogs every Tuesday, man. So y'all make sure y'all keep tuning in with us, man. We're going to keep respecting these hedges. Like JV said at the beginning of the year, man, we started the show in 2021. We got, hey, listen, to Mr. Milton's little superstition, we started the show in 2021. We got a title.
Ring.
We kept it going in 2022. Got a title. We've been going strong in 2023. And we're trying to get that title. That's right.
Get that title.
Trying to get that title, man. So shout out to all the Respect the Hedges family, man. All the Dog Nation for tuning in, man. For all of my panel guys, E-Rob, CA, Cool Cal, Shawty, JV, and the father of ballers and Sedrick Granger. I'm Coach I. This is Respect the Hedges. And as always, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Nice.
Respect these hedges, man.
See you.